What is motivation? Motivation is the inner force that pushes us to take action. It is the reason behind everything we do. Why we get out of bed in the morning, why we go to work, why we study for exams, and why we chase our dreams. Without motivation, even the simplest tasks can feel impossible. With it, even the hardest challenges start to feel achievable. Motivation is not something we can see or touch, but we can feel its presence in our energy, our focus, and our determination. It is the spark that turns a simple wish into real action. Some people think motivation is just about feeling excited or inspired, but it is much deeper than that. It is a combination of our needs, our desires, our fears, and our goals, all working together to guide our behavior. Understanding motivation helps us understand ourselves better, and it helps us understand why some days we feel unstoppable, while other days we struggle just to get started. Types of motivation. There are two main types of motivation: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation comes from within us. It happens when we do something because we genuinely enjoy it or find it meaningful, not because we expect a reward. For example, someone might learn a new language simply because they love the process of learning, not because anyone is forcing them to. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, comes from outside sources. This includes things like money, grades, praise, or recognition. A student might study hard to get good grades, or an employee might work extra hours to earn a bonus. Both types of motivation are important, and most of the time, we are driven by a mix of the two. Understanding which type of motivation drives you can help you build better habits. If you rely too much on external rewards, your motivation might disappear once the reward is gone. But if you can connect your goals to something you truly care about, your motivation becomes much stronger and longer lasting. Why motivation matters? Motivation matters because it is the engine that drives progress, both in our personal lives and in society as a whole. Without motivation, people would not pursue education, build businesses, create art, or work toward a better future. It is motivation that pushes scientists to search for cures, athletes to train for years before a competition, and students to stay up late preparing for exams. On a personal level, motivation affects our mental health, our relationships, and our overall happiness. When we feel motivated, we tend to feel more confident, more focused, and more in control of our lives. When motivation is low, we may feel stuck, tired, or even hopeless. This is why learning how to build and maintain motivation is such an important skill. It is not just about achieving big goals. It is about living a life that feels purposeful and meaningful, one small step at a time, even during difficult periods. What affects our motivation? Many factors can affect our motivation levels, both positively and negatively. Our environment plays a huge role. Being around supportive, positive people can boost our motivation, while being around negativity can drain it. Our physical health also matters a lot. Poor sleep, unhealthy eating, and lack of exercise can lower our energy and make it harder to stay motivated. Our mindset is another key factor. People who believe they can improve and grow, often called a growth mindset, tend to stay motivated even after failure because they see setbacks as learning opportunities rather than permanent defeats. On the other hand, fear of failure, self-doubt, and comparing ourselves to others can seriously damage our motivation. Clear goals also make a big difference. When we know exactly what we are working toward and why it matters to us, our motivation naturally increases. Vague or unclear goals, however, often leave us feeling lost and unmotivated, unsure of where to even begin. How to stay motivated? Staying motivated is not about waiting for inspiration to strike. It is about building habits and systems that keep you moving forward, even on difficult days. One powerful method is setting small, achievable goals instead of only focusing on huge, distant ones. Each small success builds momentum and confidence. It also helps to remind yourself regularly of your why, the deeper reason behind your goal. Surrounding yourself with supportive people, tracking your progress, and celebrating small wins can also keep your motivation alive. It's important to accept that motivation naturally rises and falls. Nobody feels motivated all the time. During low periods, discipline and simple routines can carry you forward until motivation returns. Ultimately, true motivation is not just a feeling. It is a skill you can practice and strengthen over time, becoming stronger every time you choose to keep going, even when things feel hard.